Yes, people, what is good and welcome back to my channel. It's Tapping Tobs here, back with another post-match reaction. Listen, man, this one, it hurts. It really hurts because I came into this game with optimism. I thought we were going to dent their title hopes, and as I said, there's no point crying about them winning the title. We have to take matters into our own hands and be a reason as to why they can't win that title, and also boost our top four hopes, man. Because it wasn't just about denting their title hopes. We're still in a race for top four. I still want fourth. Aston Villa dropped points yesterday. We had 3 games to hand. We now have 2 games in hand. We have a difficult run of fixtures, and we needed to get 3 points today, and we haven't got 3 points, and it's disappointing, man. Right, first off, yeah, I don't want to do that whole discrediting Arsenal sort of vibe, because when I say what I'm going to say, it's not said with malice. Yes, I have vim towards certain players, right? I thought Havertz, I didn't think he was that good today, but listen, he was pivotal for them. He scored, he assisted, but I'm not going to come here and start waxing lyrical about Kai Havertz. But what I will say about Arsenal is defensively today, they were sound. They didn't really give Spurs as many clear-cut opportunities as we needed to overturn that 3-0 deficit, and they were ruthless, right? I summarise Arsenal's performance in one sentence today, right? I felt they capitalised on our frailties from set pieces offensively, and I felt defensively they didn't give us anything from our set plays. They didn't give us anything, right? And honestly, I was just watching that game thinking, how on earth are we 3-0 down at half-time? I couldn't believe that. Could not believe that we were 3-0 down at half-time. That was not a 3-0 game at all. And that's not me hating. That's not me doing this, that, and the third. That's just me being objective. Because we were winning the ball back in the middle half of the pitch, right? We were pressing Arsenal high. They were turning over possession. It wasn't like they were carving us open. I watched Arsenal destroy Spurs last season. They were 2-0 up at our ground last season. They absolutely destroyed it. That's what you call total domination. I didn't feel that was the case this time around. But what really irked me is that they didn't have to do much, and they were 3-0 up. I saw the stats at half-time. It was something crazy. I think they had something like 1 shot on target, or they had 4 shots, 2 on target, and they were 3-0 up. The first goal should not be happening. There's no way on earth Højbjerg should be giving away goals like that. Sorry, that shouldn't happen. That's a cheap goal. The last thing we need to do is give this team confidence. And once they got their first goal, again, they got a bit more dogged defensively, right? And the set plays, awful. All game, struggling with set pieces. And the second goal, we've seen that second goal a gazillion times. And that second goal, I'm sorry, Maddison, pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Why are you trying to buy a pen there? Stay on your feet and play. But no, you go down, you dive, looking for a penalty. It's obviously not a penalty, and you stop. And that's what pissed me off as well about our whole team. For the second goal, we froze. We just stopped and pretended as if the ref is just going to call this game back. It's never going to happen. Play to the fucking whistle. Play to the whistle. And lo and behold, one pass slices our team open. We've seen that goal, carbon copy, but at least in other games, I can blame the structure. This one, I just have to blame the team. The team just stopped. We just stopped playing. Passive in terms of trying to stop Arsenal from breaking through. The counter press.
Lucky Arsenal cunt.
Relax, man. Dickhead. Anyway, the counter-attack, fucking idiot. I'm going to cut that shit out. Absolute twats. But honestly, some of the Spurs fans, just absolute idiots. Anyway, but yeah, I completely lost my train of thought because this fucking idiot has just pissed me off. Sorry for the swearing. But the second goal, passive. In those positions where we play such an aggressive high line, we have to be on point with a counter-press. And yes, we can talk about the structure. Structurally, we don't want to be in a situation where we're 2v2 with dangerous attackers. There should be more players available. But in that moment of play, I needed more from the team as a whole, because we just froze. We just froze and let them in at our goal. And then the third goal, oh my goodness. The third goal. The third goal. The guy is standing. He's standing. Free header. One of the tallest guys in their team. Free header. It's pathetic set-piece defending, and that's what's cost us today. Because in possession, I don't think Arsenal were better than Spurs. Arsenal didn't create more chances than we did. Arsenal didn't have more attempts than we did, but Arsenal were just better in both boxes. They were more efficient in our box, and they were way more resolute in their box. Simple. That's why we've lost this game of football. So all the huff and puff we did in the second half, it was great. We know this team's resilient. We've seen it several times. I've seen it so many times, and I was encouraged by the second half performance, but in all honesty, I've also been here last season in games where we threw it away in the first half on Antonio Conte. It's hard. It's always hard to chase these games. And what happened to us last season, we saw a symptom of it this season, where you put yourselves in a really bad position in the first half. When you're playing a serious side, you're not going to be able to overturn that deficit. 3-0 down at half-time. It's a tough ask. It's a tough ask for the team to score 3 goals against the best defence in the league this season. It was always going to be a tall order. But I can talk on moments. I can talk on the first half. Romero, you have to score. You got to score. Hits the post, you got to score. Son, clean through on goal, great pass from Pedro Porro. You have to score. You have to score. But what really annoyed me in the second half, despite our comeback, and I know Arsenal, let me not lie, Arsenal gave away that first goal. Pathetic goal to give away. Gave us that first goal because, to be honest, we were sort of like stumbling our way through, but they gave us that first goal and then it breathed life into our team. But what really annoyed me in the second half is, we kept the ball, but Arsenal didn't need to have the ball. It was by design. They said, you know what, fine, we're 3-0 up. We don't need to go for this game. You can have the ball, break us down. And we struggled. The crossing was poor from wide. At times when we had the ball, we were trying to play it around Arsenal, play through them. But trying to play it around, moving slow, ponderous with the ball. I have to talk on Maddison again, I'm sorry. Maddison was arse today, man. So poor. So poor. You're in this team to make a difference. I don't want to see Maddison doing these low risk, high percentage passes. I don't want to see him hiding. You're meant to be the hub of creativity in our team. You are meant to take the game by the scruff of its neck, and he didn't do that today. And in all honesty, I think he needs to be dropped against Chelsea. He needs to be dropped. Son, I know he scored a penalty today, but I was not happy with the performance. Hold-up play was missing. Threatening play, missing. Finishing in open play, missing. It wasn't good. It was not good. I can't really fault Bentancur. I really can't, because I think he played well today. Even Højbjerg, he was giving away the ball here and there. I can't fault these men because they were diligent in their work. They were diligent in their work. But what I can't excuse is the terrible, terrible defending from set pieces. Joey, come in. Come in, bro. One sec. I need to turn on this mic. Just make sure this works. Test. I ain't done.
Are you not done yet?
Nah, I'm not done.
You cool though, yeah?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, so this is on now.
Man, how you doing?
I'll edit all of this. So just clip this on, one sec. All right. So I got Joey here. He wanted to get into my video as well. So tell him a bit about yourself, bro. What are you about? Go on, tell us.
What's going on, people? I'm Joey, also known as Tottenham Joe on the BB Sports Show. I also work as a sports journalist for Bench Sport TV. Avid Tottenham fan, home and away. That's pretty much what I can say to you.
All right, so let's talk about that game, man, because you give me your view on that match, because I've given my view on that game. Give me your view on that game. What went right? What went wrong?
I'll put it this way to begin with. The version you're going to hear now compared to the version you would hear at halftime, 2 completely different versions. To start with, that set piece from Højbjerg.
It's crazy, bro.
That corner from Saka was god awful.
It was a terrible corner.
It was a terrible corner, and that should be headed away or out of danger easily, without question. Leading on from there, I think we took the game to them. I think we had pretty much control of the game, especially in the first half throughout. Bar our indiscrepancies as the way I look at put it point back like this: Son's not a number 9, and if you're going to play him as a number 9, play to his strengths. So having him up against 2 6'3", 6'4" centre halves with his back to goal, that's never going to work. Realistically, Ange started today with how we ended the game. Richarlison through the middle, Son through the left, and Johnson on the right. Kulusevski did well in the 10 today, in the second half. He was superb in the 10 in the second half.
I thought he did okay in the first half as well,
I thought
to be honest.
he held the ball up well. I mean, he turned and he was good. I can't knock his performance today at all.
I can. Do you know why I can knock his performance? Because I actually thought he played well today. I think that's Kulusevski's best game of 2024. But do you know what the problem was with Kulusevski's performance? It was the same problem with Werner, with Son, blunt in the final third. There were moments where he had the opportunity to make decisive passes or shoot, and you don't take up the option. And that was our story in the second half. I mean, we finished the game with 62% possession, and you'd think with that amount of ball against this Arsenal team, you have to be doing more to hurt them.
You have to be. I agree. But in saying that, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm not going to lie, and it may be a bit controversial, but I'm not Angel. Before anyone budges me, I'm not Angel, but I'm disillusioned by what I'm seeing over the last.
See, that's harsh.
3-4 weeks.
That's harsh, but I get why you're saying that. But I want you to elaborate. Go on.
Because my thing is this: Newcastle was atrocious, and it's like this whole high line thing. I think my thing from it is, since Chelsea at home back in November, December, I feel like we've been sussed out from then. I genuinely do, because bar maybe Villa away, Newcastle at home, we won 4-1 and beat Villa 4-0. I don't think we played well. I don't think we really played well like that. I think we scraped through games.
Okay, so I'm not going to disagree with the fact that it has been inconsistent. I think we have played well in some games. I think in other games we have stumbled. But I think your point in terms of being disillusioned, I wouldn't say I'm disillusioned yet, because I think we actually need to give the manager the time to really fix the issues. Like, Rome wasn't built in a day. He's not going to have the attack sussed out already, the defense sussed out already, the midfield sussed out already. He's not going to have these things sussed out already. Yeah. But where I do think we need to see more from Ange is when something is really hurting us, and you have the opportunity to try and stop it. The set piece thing, that's been killing us for months, and we still see no change. This is the best team in the league at set pieces this season.
Yeah, that's the thing, and it's like sacking the set piece coach. I didn't agree with from the beginning. And
so what was that? Gianni's. But he was he was offensive. My thing is, defensively, on defensive set pieces, we already have Mal Jedinak who's doing that. Ryan Mason and Mal Jedinak are set piece coaches. What the hell are they doing?
What are they doing then? We've been getting murdered from corners all season, and I think even since Chelsea, even since the Man City game in the FA Cup, ever since that game, teams have been targeting us from set pieces.
Targeting Romero as well.
Targeting Vicario from set pieces. It's like, at what point do you step back and say, you know what, I can see something brewing here. I can see teams targeting us. Let me make a change. Let me digress from my ways of thinking and my ways of playing and think, let me adapt to my opposition, depending on who it is. So that's my big issue, and that's the thing that I'm more disillusioned of. I don't like the fact that he doesn't maybe try and tweak his tactics a little bit, depending on opposition.
So I do think, it's a give and take thing, because I do think that lineup he played today, in my eyes, was him trying to tweak things. He went with a different double pivot that we normally what we normally play. And he went with a completely different attack, because I was not expecting Kulusevski to start.
I wasn't expecting that.
Right, I thought he was going to go for Johnson on the right, Richarlison through the middle, and Son on the left. But he wanted more ball retention, so he played Kulusevski. And did the gamble pay off? Ultimately, it didn't. But at least he tried something different. But where I think I agree with you is, I don't want to see these games where one pass cuts us open next season. I don't want to see these games where any ball that comes into the box, I'm panicking for dear life. These things, they need to end. And we're talking about next season. This season's not even over. We still have Chelsea to play. We still have Liverpool to play. We still have Man City to play. These are outside of Chelsea anyway. And even Chelsea got good players. They may not be a top side right now, but they got good enough players to hurt Spurs. I don't want to see us gift teams goals because of our ineptitude at dealing with the bare basics.
That's what we've been doing all season, and that's another thing what I alluded to a little bit, but they're leaving the centre halves isolated on a 2v2 or 3v2 on the counter. That's a big problem. That's a very big problem, and I don't think that's great. That's a good idea, because my thing with that is it's been happening all season. I can go to Villa at home, Wolves at home, Newcastle away.
The thing
There's
is,
so many games we've gifted goals away and
agree.
lost games because of these things.
I agree.
It's a major issue.
I agree, and I think that's our broad issue. Our broad issue is we give away too many cheap goals.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how the game is going. Arsenal started off poorly. We turned over possession really well. Tomiyasu and Trossard on that side, you could see it was their weak point, because we were winning the ball back a lot on that side, and somehow, some way, they just take a set piece, they score. Listen, props to Arsenal. They came here. They needed to win.
Yeah.
For them, today wasn't about playing us off the park. They had played 3 games in the space of the time we had played 1.
Yeah.
So today wasn't about playing us off the park. They just needed to win, and annoyingly, they've won, and we've given them the impetus. Now I get it. They can say they gave us the goals with Raya. They did. They did. I think the Declan Rice penalty, that's poor from Declan Rice, but at the same time, I felt like there was enough energy and enough quality in our team to have not lost this game, and we've just given it away. And I think your point, and I will end on this, I think your point, which I fully agree with, is we give away too many cheap goals. It doesn't matter how well we're playing. I thought we were in that game. I thought we were the better side. I thought we'd started off great and bang, 1-0, and it just does my head in. And the point you made about the centre-backs, I actually feel a bit sorry for our defence sometimes. Because I thought Van der Ven was fantastic today. I thought Romero was really good today, punching the ball in between lines and winning his duels. I think on the set pieces, there needs to be some sort of organisation. Are we doing zonal? Are we doing man-to-man? We just can't leave dangerous players free. But what I want to see less of next season is Ange constantly relying on 2 players essentially to put out fires, because 8 out of 10 times they do it, but the 2 out of 10 times they don't do it against the best of our opposition. It's terminal.
It can be costly, I agree.
It's terminal. But anyway, bro, big up. Thank you for hopping on, man. Tell people where they can find you.
Joey Huncho 1 on the Instagram. Tottenham Joe on Instagram as well. That's my separate account. Benchview Sport TV, BV Sports Show, podcast. That's where you can find me. Yeah.
All right, cool, man. Thanks for coming on, bro. Thanks for coming on, people. I'm done in it, man. Listen, it's been a poor game. Well, in fact, it's not actually been a poor game. It's just been poor moments that have cost us this game. And listen, I'll be back. Whoa, hey.
No. First of all, I want to know the
No, get out here, get out here.
I just want to say.
What do you want to say?
Don't ever come here and tell me North London is where. No. Listen, I'm going live on 5. Do you guys want to come with me around the corner, please?
I will.
Definitely, yeah, definitely.
People, I'm gone. Safe.
I know what's going on, but listen.